Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Never seen live trading on a widescreen. Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun to send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. If Bitcoin dipped, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Thursday. Wow, the week is flying by as drama takes over crypto. Jane Street, a major Wall Street player, have they been manipulating the market the entire time around this time every day at 10 a.m. Eastern? What's the tea? Also, we have drama on the Donnie T side. Their family has a Bitcoin mining company called American Bitcoin. Are they actually underwater on their Bitcoin investments? We'll dive into that too. Indiana is making major moves towards crypto legislation. We have stablecoin stuff with the OCC, in addition to Tether news, and we're just going to dive into all of it. We have the Bank of England, things that maybe will get you upset, maybe things that will make you happy. We're going to find out how you feel throughout the show, because you could be honest about your emotions, you know? It's okay to be emotionally vulnerable every once in a while, especially when you have a trusted community such as this and amazing sponsors. So without further ado, smash the like, subscribe, share this out with friends. We have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, and a subscriber goal of duh. Oh my gosh, what's happening? Freaking YouTube is playing games with me, and I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do these mental gymnastics here. We're doing mental gymnastics. But we have a goal of 25,130 subs. Please, if you're not on YouTube, go to YouTube and subscribe. Help your girl out. Guys, my phone is like literally the size of Texas, and I always catch it in the corner of my screen. I'm like, how did she get there? I don't know. I think my phone just really wants to be a part of the show. I'm just gonna let you know. I want to say good morning to you as you say good morning to me, and check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show, including Cake Wallet Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off, and then go up with Uphold. Let's do it, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. Life is so exciting, guys, isn't it? Life is exciting. You want to have whatever I had for breakfast. I ate a bagel. Guys, usually I wait till after the podcast to eat breakfast, but this morning my tummy was like on something else. She was rumbling. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna eat a bagel. So that's exactly what I did. Good morning, everyone. Say good morning to me. And if you're on TikTok, I might miss your good morning, so please go to YouTube. We have Mike Volmer, Jesse, Silver Days, good morning, Flat Earth. Ulset is here, Mama Shaga. We got Chipper, Andy S, BBB, Mark Smithson, Elric, M2, Alexandra G, my G, with my favorite super chat ever. Thank you. I appreciate it. I love the little, oh, so cute. It's so freaking cute. Fitz, good morning. Nice to see you as always. Thank you to Black Hat. We got Army Piper in the chat early. Oh, hello. Are you not live today? Nice to see you. We got Silverback. We got Yukio and Mike Mizzona are on X. One House, good morning. Sean is here. Oh my gosh, shout out to Sean. He always reminds us to drink water, so drink your water. We got Gary Littlemore. We got Ian F. Ninja's here too. Oh my God, Zach XBT released it? Oh, wait, hold on. We're rerouting the whole podcast right now. So here's the scoop, y'all. Because Zach XBT has been saying that he, like 3 days ago, he was like, oh, we're gonna put out some breaking story on a manipulation. And we've been waiting. And he said he was gonna release it today. It is indeed the 26th. Ooh, Axiom Exchange. What is it? Hold on. I thought this was a bigger player than Axiom. This is a little confuzzling. All right, you know what? We're gonna dive into this thread anyway. We'll dive into the thread later in the show. All right, period. Zach XBT. I didn't even look over this yet, so this is breaking news. I looked for it this morning. Oh, but it came out Oh, it came out after I did my news scoop. That's why. That's why. All right, guys. I'm up too early. You know what? Maybe that's my problem is I'm way too early to the news and I'm trying to grab everything first. And I miss things that are actually more recent past the 8 a.m. mark. That's what I get for being up at the crack of dawn. Very hoofty floof, good morning. Who else we got? We got everyone in the chat. I don't know. His name's Axiom Exchange. All right, listen. I'm gonna look through it. We'll get after it. Give me a little bit. New World Disorder said life is amazing. I agree with that. Life is great. I'm very grateful to be here every single day. All right, Laura. Wait. Who said that? Okay, never mind. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Smash the like, subscribe, share. I'm not going to be distracted anymore. Let's get into the podcast. We got the market recap here. We're doing absolutely splendid. It seems like power has taken over, up 154%. What is going on? Pippin is up about 20. Looking at Bitcoin again, we're still trying to knock on the door of 68K. It's just a major oopsie. And I would classify it more as like 69K, 68.8 to be a little bit more accurate with the whole thing. But keep calm, hold along, guys. This is the madness. We're down about 0.5%, more so 0.6% at the moment. Again, you want to hold on to 67K. Again, 67K is the highest daily candle close of 2021. And then the wick high, the all-time high of the 2021 era was that 69K. So keep calm, huddle on. It's all going to be all right. We're looking at the bear scenario of 63.5. Also here we have a green dot printed pulling up the momentum. VWAP is pumping. Money flow is pumping just slightly. I wouldn't classify it as a pump. I would say it's a slight increase. And then we had the RSI making a nice little move yesterday, now kind of plateauing. So we'll see where it goes from here. Guys, wow. There's drama. And listen, I'm going to preface this whole podcast and this whole season we're going through as noise. I'm going to preface it by saying this is all noise. Keep calm, huddle on. Every single time that Bitcoin has a dip, and I'm trying to remain calm here, every single time Bitcoin has a major dip, what happens? It will go back up and surpass previous all-time highs. Will it take a while? Maybe. Could it happen within the next few weeks? Also maybe. Could we go down to 50K? Sure. But you know what? We have money that belongs to us. And every single time we have a major dip, they keep throwing headlines to suppress us and keep us down, keep the sentiment down. But you have to see through it. See through it. Have the mental strength to say, you know what? These headlines aren't the best. But that's how they control you because what? Fear sells. Fear is what gets the attention. That's what gets clicks. That's what gets the narrative going. That's what gets virality is fear. And it's basic human psychology that fear is what people look at the most because they want to make sure they weed out any threats. Bitcoin is not in a stage where you should be threatened by the price. You should never be threatened by the price. You should never be threatened by an asset that has a finite supply of 21 million that cannot be manipulated in the way that traditional finance is. The fact that they could just print money whenever they want. Bitcoin doesn't work like that. So see through the madness. And the only thing, and the media knows this, the only thing that is stronger than fear is hope. And we know that Bitcoin is going to be okay. So we have hope. Therefore, we're overpowering the fear and we're going to stay strong here, right? Comment, one or yes emoji, two or no emoji. Are you staying strong? I hope you are because we are. We are going to be okay. Promise you we're going to be okay. All right. Let's continue getting after it. I'm going to get into the breaking news headlines. It's gonna be a little bit of it's going to be a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Things might get a little interesting. Listen, I also I need to address something too, real quick. I also need to address the fact that, I think my hate comments, I'm going to show you my hate comments right now. Not that they're affecting my emotions, because they don't. I laugh and I move on. However, this is a bottom signal. I'm going to show you my video yesterday. I made fun of people that were crying because of a crypto winter, right? I had my jacket on. I was trolling. And people, look, saying pretty bad words too. And so I think that, you know, people call me young and naive, saying that, you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. All these hate comments, right? This is, look, have I ever, and for everyone that's coming in this podcast right now trying to troll, have I ever given anyone financial advice? The answer is no. The answer is no. I never told anyone to buy ever. I buy Bitcoin. I always tell you I'm buying. I DCA every week. A strategy is to DCA. I will never tell you to buy the top and keep holding at the top. I will never give you financial advice. I never have, and I never will. And it's funny that people come after me for financial advice that I never gave. Meanwhile, there's people that outright rated portfolios. No one looks at them. That's fine. Let them do what they do. That was their strategy. It's not mine. I never have given anyone financial advice. So I'm just going to throw that out there. I never gave financial advice. And the way that people are hating on crypto, and my comments are proof of that, because I've always been optimistic. I've always said the same things about Bitcoin. I only give facts. And it's okay. So now that people are getting upset, it shows you that they're what? Capitulating. Because they can't handle the pressure. If you can't handle the heat, what did they tell you? Get out the kitchen. DCA, look away. Walk away. That's it. That's it. And if your investment plan did not go as planned, then that's why you have a bullish and a bearish scenario, right? And you made the decision to do whatever you wanted with your money. I never told anyone what to do. And I would say it's the same for most of the content creators I follow that would never tell you what to do with your money. Can I get the mods on TikTok? Get this guy out of here. But I'm just letting you know that it's all going to be okay. And everyone's very, 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 like, there's a lot of tension right now. I have a lot of love for you. Every single person, even if you're not the biggest fan of crypto or anything right now, I still have love for you. We all have love for you. And it's going to be okay. We're going to live when Bitcoin goes back to all-time highs and everyone's happy again and talking about how they're going to buy their new Lambo next week. All right? So just know that the tides will turn and we'll be here throughout the highs and the lows. I am not scared. I am not leaving. Okay. Let's keep getting after it. We're going to get right into breaking news headlines, and we're going to start off with the controversy.
You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're
I only take bagel advice from you.
You know what? That's probably the only thing I can provide to you in this life that won't get me sued by the SEC. And I really do like everything bagels. I like a plain bagel. And my favorite cream cheese is scallion cream cheese. That's the only thing I could advise you on. Go buy it. I'm just kidding. What if you're gluten-free? Then you can't buy it. Anyway, what was I talking about? Breaking news headlines. Let's get into the podcast. Happy vibes. Yay! There's drama in the prediction markets. Well, it turns out that a Mr. Beast editor has been nabbed because of insider trading on Kalshi. And Kalshi is a prediction market just like Polymarket. Kalshi actually just recently teamed up with Coinbase. And so it seems like there's already insider trading issues when prediction markets are really just getting started. And I don't think it helps their lawsuits that they got going on right now. Nevertheless, I still don't think that the states should be suing Kalshi or any of these prediction markets, being that the CFTC has overview or purview of this, but whatever. Kalshi, one of the leading prediction market firms, said they quote and penalized 2 users for insider trading activity on their platform, including an editor for social media star Mr. Beast. The company said it had more than a dozen active insider trading cases among its 200 it's investigated. That's a lot. On Wednesday, Kalshi disclosed the details of the two that it resolved, including against Artem Kapoor, who was identified as working for James Donaldson, known for his Mr. Beast persona that is tied to its massive social media presence, as well as the reality competition show called Beast Games. He was said to have entered a $4,000, a total of $4,000 in trades regarding what would occur on their show, who he worked for as a visual effects editor. Kalshi suspended him for 2 years and fined him more than $20,000. See, like, this is the thing. This is like the major problem. Like, I can't understand how they don't have like IDs. And when you sign up for a platform like this, they should ask you, are you a part of the NFL? Are you a part of Mr. B? Like, there has to be a way to verify people's careers and how they could be involved in something like that. Let's just say, you know, one clip that went viral actually on New Year's was, I think they said like, oh, this one of the newscasters on New Year's was going to say a certain word. This kid heard the guy on New Year's say a certain word on TV. He made like so much money. But what if that guy on TV knew about the poly market or the Kalshi poll? Then they could easily manipulate the results. And I feel like it's also weird, right? Like, it's kind of like in the stock market insider trading where you have a congresswoman or someone in the Senate and then like they're regulating something and then their husband is like making trades based off of what they're regulating. It's shady. It's freaking shady. It really is. I do see the purpose in these types of platforms, but the manipulation is just so darn easy. I'm going to mod a BBB. Give me 1 second. Sorry. We're doing a new moderator. Add mod. Thank you. Thanks, BBB. Appreciate you, bro. Okay. Please smash the like, subscribe, and share. It's all gonna be all right. The UK. Oh, darn. Okay, the UK is picking up. Woof. Their digital dollar future, while the Coinbase CEO is crying. He's not happy. And you know what? Brian Armstrong is on a darn tear. It is very interesting. It is very interesting. We had to share this. We literally had to share this. The UK's FCA, which is their final conduct authority, picked Revolut, Money Financial Tech, Restabilize, and VVTX to test stablecoin issuance in their sandbox. And they noted and said that the cohort would trial stablecoin products in real-world conditions with safeguards in place. They plan to focus on issuance and review use cases that include payments, wholesale settlement, and crypto trading. Testing begins in the first quarter of 2026, and the FCA said that results would need to feed into a final stablecoin rule later this year, which means I don't believe a word that they're saying. Ooh, I feel so evil. I feel like I don't trust any of them. You know why? Because they already have the digital pound. Like, you know what I mean? They already did this. And industry leaders have pushed back against the BOE, the Bank of England stablecoin caps, because again, they're trying to limit how much money you can have and use. And again, that's why the digital euro and the digital pound, I'm telling you, they're going to end up being the same people, the same place. Because what did Christine Lagarde say, the president of the European Central Bank, the ECB? Oh, that you're going to have limits on the amount of money that you own. She said this 3 years ago. And if you spend more than 1,000 euros, you're going to be in a gray area. And if they don't like you, what you're doing, you go to jail. She literally said that. That's a central banker. So you think they're just going to let stablecoins go? No. You think they're not going to have total control over it and then skew you right into a CBDC, the digital pound? Yes, that's what they're doing. More proof. Stablecoin caps of between 5,000 and 20,000 pounds for individuals and 1 million to 10 million pounds for businesses. Brian Armstrong, savage, asked the UK users to sign a petition to Parliament for these caps to be reconsidered. The petition has over 81,000 signatures. They need about, let's say, 18K more. If you guys are in the UK, you best go sign that petition soon now. Get after it. Because the UK is just, wow. They're really pushing it. They're really pushing it over there. They already got you doing permits to watch TV, as if you're not smart enough and you're not intellectual enough to watch TV. They're like, no, You need to have limits on your stable coins. Are you? I'm gonna try to like keep my blood pressure down. I'm gonna like, I think I'm too young to have high blood pressure. I think I am, but I feel like sometimes my blood boils as hot as my coffee in this cup. Because of fools like this. At least Brian Armstrong is saying something. At least he's saying something. You know, Brian has to realize, like, he's like king nerd right now. Put a crown on his head. King nerd. He literally is destroying the UK. Savage. And then he's coming after the US. Like, the reason why we don't have the Clarity Act is because Brian was like, no, it's not good. Oh, pop off, Brian. Pop off. Coldwell, 1776 on X said, where did you come from? LOL. Love the energy. Listen, I was born in Brooklyn, New York, and I think my audacity came from there. I told my friends recently, I told them actually last week, I told them my audacity level was at level 5,000, which means I think it's kind of uncontrollable at this point. And I just want to do good for the world. So you know what? Let's do a podcast. I'm just kidding. I've been doing this podcast for like a million years now. How long have I been doing the Daily Zest? I want to say like 3.5 years now. 3.5? Is that fair? No. Yes. Yes, it is actually 3.5. Wow. We've been here for a long time, guys. I think the podcast has aged well. All the things we've been talking about, they aged quite well. Now, here's the thing, guys. Because Tether is investing $200 million in a new platform to push stablecoin payments. Tether's savage too, because if you look at what Tether's doing, they're buying gold, they're mining Bitcoin, they're all over the books, including on Rumble. If you guys go to our channel, we are live on Rumble right now, and they have a new platform and a new addition called the Rumble Wallet. And so you could tip creators in Bitcoin, Tether Gold, and USDT across multiple networks too, which is also, I thought, something that was very interesting. So shout out to Tether for really popping in and just doing what they need to do. So they bought WAP, guys. And so this is, I don't know if you guys have heard of WAP, but Tether, who again is behind USDT, is investing $200 million in an online marketplace, WAP, to boost stablecoin payments. The deal values the startup at $1.6 billion, according to WAP CEO Steven Schwartz. WAP runs a digital marketplace where creators sell access to software tools, trading groups, and online communities and learning courses. The platform said it had 18.4 million users and that participants earn around $3 billion each year. It's growing fast, with gross transaction volume increasing about 25% month over month. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And you know what it does? It gives creators the ability to accept digital dollar payments and to go globally without relying on banks or card networks. My question is where do the taxes come in? Because they're going to give you like a 1099 and they're going to say this is income, correct? And then when you sell, you still have to probably pay capital gains on the stable coins. I don't know. See, this is where the taxing gets really weird, but still a different way to instantly receive payments and have it go maybe directly to your wallet. I would say that's actually a beautiful thing. I would say it's a beautiful thing. We also have Indiana. We're going to hop over there. We're going to go into the states and some things happening there. Indiana has a crypto rights bill that was passed. Ooh, sorry, microphone. Lawmakers are passing a crypto rights bill in Indiana. This is bullish. We're seeing the states, which are the people, speaking up. And again, I believe once the cities and then the states and then the federal level follows through, because again, the people are saying something and the federal level is going to be like, oh, we have to do this now. Let's keep pushing, guys. This is why we have to keep pushing. Indiana lawmakers sent a bill to Governor Mike Braun that would expand legal protections for crypto users and require certain state retirement and savings plans to offer a self-directed brokerage option with at least one crypto investment choice. This is House Bill 1042 for the regulation and investment of crypto, cleared the legislature on Wednesday with 59 lawmakers voting in favor and 33 against. The bill seeks to protect Bitcoin and crypto investor rights, ban discriminatory crypto taxes, yes, and open the door for digital asset holdings in state retirement plans. Pop off! The bill is headed to Braun for his signature. If signed, this would take effect by July 1st, and the retirement plan self-directed brokerage requirement would take effect later. Thank you, Indiana! Thank you, Indiana, having some common sense. Thank you. Thank you. And my question is, I don't know how we didn't pass it in Florida yet. Darn Florida. Darn Florida. Texas beat us to it. We were just behind on the motion. Oh my gosh, guys, by the way, it's Mona's birthday. I don't know if you guys know, but it's Mona's birthday. And you guys need to say happy birthday to her right now. I did post a lovely picture of us. We were wining and dining in Dubai. And I think about this dinner all the time because it was really that good. We had pasta. Mona and I love our pasta. We do. We're pasta fiends. Guys, say happy birthday to Mona. We love Mona. Mona is the Persian princess we all love. Oh, without her and Jesus, what would I be doing? We're going to talk about the OCC, the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. What a mouthful. They're seeking to settle their stablecoin yield debate and trying to clear the way for clarity, because clarity right now is all smoke and mirrors. The major thing and the major roadblock for people that haven't been keeping up with the podcast is Clarity Act is not clear whatsoever, and it's a banker bill, essentially. It's supposed to be a crypto industry bill for the crypto industry, like digital magic monies that we like to hang out and talk about all the time. However, the banks decide to step in and say, oh, wait, no, hold on. They're like, no, we're old, and we do not want to yield on stablecoins, because you know what? If there's yields on stablecoins, then we are going to lose all the deposits. And our bestie, Brian Moynihan, the CEO of Bank of America, said billions, if not trillions, of deposits could go into stablecoins. Why? Because we're going to earn yield on our stables on crypto exchanges and not have to worry about bank runs. And you know what's even funnier is that you can literally go in your wallets right now, a self-custodial, let me get the sound here, a self-custodial wallet, and earn yield. You don't need them. And then you have things like Uphold, literally Uphold. You could put your paychecks on Uphold, get them 2 days early, earn 4% XRP on it, have a USD1 account on there, or a USD account, earn a 3.75% APY. And then you could take those earnings, get the XRP debit card, and earn up to 4% on that. And I'm going to go keep my money in the bank for what? For not even 1% yield, for no yield whatsoever on my savings? While they just print the dollar to oblivion? Oh, that sounds right. Put my money in the bank, then take my money, put it somewhere else, invest in it somewhere, I don't know. Maybe spend it on things, I don't know where it's going. And then wait for the doors to close one day, and then go on my Magical Bank app, and the Magical Bank app doesn't work. And then I have no money. And then I can't feed my family. And I can't buy toilet paper. And then it's going to be like the COVID-19. Then I'm going to go into Walgreens and everyone's fighting each other for toilet paper. Oh. That was a visual. Sorry. That was a visual. I was talking about the OCC. Let's talk about that. They dropped a 376-page proposal to implement the Genius Act that looks to settle the ongoing stablecoin yield fights. Again, the Genius Act was supposed to cover all these bases, but all of a sudden, clarity, we have these legislators that are getting paid with our taxpayer dollars to debate something that has nothing to do with the Clarity Act, in addition to the fact that they are bringing in ethics, which is a whole different community, whole different committee. Now, the proposal that they sent in is open to public comment for 60 days from Wednesday's publication date and sets out detailed rules for permitted payment stablecoin issuers under the OCC's jurisdiction. Now, it says here, supervised entities would be barred from paying any form of interest or yield, whether in cash, tokens, or other consideration, solely in connection with the holding, use, or retention of a payment stablecoin. Now, we do see that there are some interesting things going on here with their draft rule that translates statutory framework into operational constraints, including tight limits on how Genius-regulated issuers can structure economics around their stablecoins. And this is one of the things that are so important, which is why at FBBA they're trying to pass stablecoin legislation. So that way people that kind of get X'd out by the Genius Act and by the whole federal level of operations can start issuing stablecoins in the state of Florida. This is why states are so important. And this is why even I heard the tea, okay, undercover tea here. The tea is that, how do I word this without giving everything away? Okay, so basically we have the federal level that's trying to work on stablecoins, and they want to pass the Clarity Act. They already have the Genius Act, so they're telling people, some of the major players in this space, let's call it. Sorry guys. So what we have going on is major players in the space are telling others what to do. Meaning they're coming to people like that are trying to pass laws in states and telling them, hey, don't try to touch stablecoins in your state because we want to pass the Clarity Act. And if the states start basically undermining what we're doing at the federal level, it's going to put everything behind. Here's the thing, buddy boys, at the top and are trying to push things on the federal level. It doesn't matter what you think. Why? Because the states have their own rules. And this is why the states are created to have the power that they do. So that if they try to outlaw something on the federal level or support something that a certain state doesn't like, at least the state still has the option to do whatever best fits them and their people. Because if they pass a law that nobody likes and then the states have to abide by it, that undermines democracy. So it's not up to these officials, it's not up to these people legislating at the federal level as to what the states are going to do. It's not what the founding fathers intended. So I hope people understand that a lot of the time, it's all here nor there. It does not matter what they do at the federal level because the states have a lot of power, a lot more power than they think. A lot more power than they think. So just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. There's a lot of battles and there's a lot of people trying to stop what we're doing on the state level. We don't care. We literally do not care. And we shouldn't, because the founding fathers intended for the states to have their own rules and the federal level to do their own thing as well. So just keep that in mind. Oh, Aaron, he said, I get a follow based on my statement. Why, thank you. Why, thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, your girl is just trying to, stand up for what I believe in. I really don't. I think like I said, my audacity level is at 5,000. My patience is wearing thin. Only because I don't like when people come after this space for no reason, because we're doing such good things here. We really are. And so stop listening to the noise. Please stop listening to the noise. We're doing things that are bigger than that. Really. Bitcoin changes the world. And you know who's going to try to profit off of it? Everyone. Which is why, again, regardless of good or bad headlines that we discuss on this show, I'm telling you because it's news. But that shouldn't affect what you think about Bitcoin and what we're doing. Peer-to-peer transfers, an immutable ledger that nobody can change, being able to inscribe messages that, again, nobody can change and nobody can censor. Having money that has a finite supply. Again, it can't be shut off by one entity. This is so important. We're hedging against politics, macroeconomic chaos, currency collapse, bank runs. The list goes on and on. And so people that are trying to benefit from this is the Donati family. Typical. Again, they got to make their bag, I guess. And this goes to their Bitcoin mining company, which is American Bitcoin. Now, they're catching a lot of shade here because it's just funny. Bloomberg says that they're getting pummeled. I think they're just mining Bitcoin and they don't care. However, this is the tea. And guys, please smash the like and share. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you. And put Bitcoin miner emojis. We're going to get into Jane Street, guys. Hold on. We'll get into Jane Street. American Bitcoin, the Donnie T family-backed miner that rode the crypto euphoria to blockbuster NASDAQ debut, is caught in the wreckage. Oh, boy. I'm sorry. They're so dramatic. I'm sorry. They are a Miami-based firm, and they reported a $59 million loss for the fourth quarter on Thursday, results that came back amid a stock sell-off that wiped out almost 90% of the firm's market value since the September high, and the broader Trump digital asset trade misfires. They doubled down on a pure mining and hoarding strategy, just as virtually every major rival fled to AI. A bet championed by co-founder Eric T. That, he was happy. He was all, dude, Eric T was all over Twitter. And I just got to pause there because oh my gosh, Eric T was like, buy the dip, buy the dip. Every time this man says to buy, it dumps. Every single time. Now, according to Bloomberg, the cost of his convictions and his trolling on X was apparent in a $227 million unrealized loss for the registered for the year from writing down the value of their Bitcoin reserves. Matthew Kimmel, a digital asset analyst at CoinShares, says, with Bitcoin steeply drawn down from the highs, the retention strategy can amplify losses. The inventory loses value on a mark-to-market basis, and investors can begin pricing in balance sheet stress before it appears in operations. And this is also where they're talking about operations, is the fact that we even covered it yesterday. Bitcoin miners are near capitulation. And they kind of are capitulated. Why? Because the miners end up turning off their computers when they're spending more money on energy to mine Bitcoin versus the amount that they're earning back via Bitcoin rewards. So that means the difficulty lowers and and more people could kind of jump in and take advantage. Like bigger miners are going to jump in and take advantage, which is kind of what they're doing here at American Bitcoin. And so miners are going to end up coming back. Just watch this. Usually when miners capitulate, that is a bottom-ish signal. Am I saying we're at the bottom? No. Do I think that there's so many signals we're at the bottom? Yes. That's what we got going on. Now, we're also going to dive into ZachXBT, which you know what? I don't even know if I should dive into it, simply because I don't really know all the tea yet. Like I said, like you guys literally told me about this thread coming out once I went live. So we have Axiom Exchange that ZachXBT has been teasing this for like 2-3 days. He's like, guys, on the 26th, I'm dropping a bomb. We're gonna blow everybody's mind. ZachXBT posted about Axiom Exchange as the platform that has a lot of stuff going on here. Now, they're a crypto trading platform from what I know, and this is what he said. He said, where's Brooks, aka Brooks Bauer, one of the multiple Axiom Exchange employees allegedly abusing the lack of access controls for internal tools and look up sensitive user details to insider trade by tracing private wallet activity since 2025. Axiom is a crypto trading platform co-founded by missteencrypto in 2024. After going through a Y Combinator's winter 2025 batch, it quickly became one of the most profitable companies in the space, generating over $390 million in revenue. He said he was retained to investigate allegations of misconduct at Axiom. He says, Brooks is a current Axiom senior BD employee based in New York. In a clip, he states that he can track any Axiom users via a ref code, wallet, or UID, and claims he can find out anything to do with that person. He also described researching 10 to 20 wallets initially tied and slowly increasing over time, so it does not look suspicious. In a separate clip from the same recording, Brooks sets ground rules for how to request lookups from him and says he'll send the full list of wallets. That is wild work. In April of 2025, he shared a screenshot from an internal Axiom dashboard displaying private wallets for the trader Jerry. In August, he sent a second image showing the registration and connected wallets for the trader Monix. And then in August, he discussed the lookups of Axiom users who traded the meme coin Aura. So basically, he went down, took everybody's profile, and was able to see everybody's wallet. And then the bigger whales, he was like, oh, let me go see what they're trading and how I could trade against them. So then they used KOLs or influencers, compiling their wallets and gathered data from their trades, which if you have KOLs and you have a affiliate code for these platforms, that means not only are they taking advantage of you, and as a content creator, but also your audience that's probably trading with you. So it's bigger than you think it is on this point. Now, there were targeted KOLs like this guy, Marcel, a trader with a poor reputation for using his followers on X and Telegram as exit liquidity. So they used a scammer to scam. He was targeted due to buying a large portion of token supply for meme coins known as bundling from private wallets before promoting them to his followers. And people like him are prime targets for this type of abuse. And this is also something that's interesting because there are, you know what, I got to be so careful here because I'm definitely gonna PISS off some people. But we know that there are certain people in this space that have Telegram groups. Oh, come join my Telegram. And then they're trading all these tokens. And you think that there aren't people like this guy from Axiom in every single KOL's trading group to catch what they're doing and move against them. Of course they are. There's spies everywhere, guys. There's spies everywhere. This looks like the Candace Owen podcast from yesterday. If you know, you know. Brooks's main wallet was identified by a message sent in a private chat, and all of the addresses were graphed out. Due to the high volume of meme coin trades tied to the addresses, pinpointing high confidence examples of insider trading from his wallets alone is difficult without access to their internal logs for reviewing the timing of the trades placed. Which also makes you think, is it not possible for every exchange that has a referral program like this to go and look at you and your community and what you're trading? That is a little shady though. That was actually insane. And so basically this guy Axiom, from what we see here, has leveraged his influence at Axiom to go ahead and insider trade all these tokens on their platform by mapping out all these people and what they're trading through either them being whales or KOLs or influencers through their community. And that's why I'm very, 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 did I say very picky about who we work with on this channel? Because I see through a lot of this craziness and I don't like it. I don't subscribe to craziness. We like clean. That's why I really don't even like doing affiliate codes a lot of the time. It's because I'm scared. It's because I'm scared of things like this. That's why. Thank God. Just craziness. Yeah, no, it's crazy what's going on, guys. Please smash the like because now the tea is getting hotter. You know, on my mug, it has warm, hot, and piping. We about to go to piping here because our spotlight is Jane Street.
Thank you. You're welcome.
How may I help you?
You're welcome. Thank you. You're
I have been
welcome.
investing into crypto. I'm surrounded by family and friends that give me negative feedback on my decision to invest. How can I stay plus?
Sorry, my friend. I don't know if I'm understanding your question. Like, how do you stay in the green, or how do you argue with your family? What exactly are you asking us? Because I will help you. Just let me know what exactly your question is, and I will get to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Bless your heart. Thank you. Okay, guys, stick around. Smash the like. And put an emoji. I need like fire emojis. We need something in the chat because there's drama, okay? Things are getting more spicy. There are claims that at 10 a.m. Eastern every morning, Bitcoin price is manipulated by a major Wall Street player, Jane Street. And there was this thread that came out. They got sued a few days ago, Jane Street. And apparently, they are responsible for the collapse of UST or Terraform Labs, Do Kwon. Remember Dodo? Dodo. We were all about Dodo Kwon when this first went down. I knew there was something shady going on. I knew it, and I said it even back then. Go back 3 years on this podcast. I said it back then. Oh, my little 19-year-old, 18-year-old self. I was like, guys, there's no way that it was just Dodo. There's so much more to the story. And Wall Street keeps trying to take us out. And now we know who it was. But here's what really grinds my gears. Probably no one's going to get arrested. And that lights me on fire. But you know what? I'm going to get into what they're doing because I believe, and I could believe what's happening here. Again, I don't know anything. No decision there has been no official investigation conclusion yet. However, Jane Street UST, the algorithmic stablecoin that collapsed, was a $40 billion wipeout amongst FTX, Celsius. And this is why I tell you, before I even get into Jane Street, every single thing that happened from the point of 2020 to 2023 was coordinated. It was theater. Every single thing was planned. And if you don't believe that, I don't know what to tell you because the 1%ers, the bankers, the elites, they are paying your politicians. Gary Gensler was a paid actor. The XRP lawsuit was fake. It was, listen, was there money spent? Were there headlines? Yes. But was there a real reason why they were sued, Ripple? No. Was there a real reason why we had Grayscale having to sue the SEC to get a Bitcoin trust turned to an ETF to have ETFs? There was no point in that. There was no money that should have been spent there. When you look at what's going on, especially with the manipulation, Operation Choke Point 2.0 was scripted. That was theater. FTX was scripted. It was theater. SBF was nobody. He came out of nowhere with FTX because mommy and daddy were besties with Gary Gensler, who called us all hucksters, fraudsters, scam artists, Ponzi schemes. They were all best friends. Nothing that happened between 2020 and 2023 was coincidental. They knew Alex Mashinsky from Celsius was doing stupid stuff. But they allowed it because what? Headlines, fear, liquidating you to buy cheap Bitcoin. It's all scripted. But now they have to resurface stuff and bring us back to that time period because what? They want to tank Bitcoin even more and buy your cheap Bitcoin. I'm telling you right now, everything is theater. It's all scripted. You could call me a conspiracy theorist. You could call me anything you want, but you know I'm right. You know I'm right, and we've been right for over 3.5 years of doing this podcast. We are at episode 776 or something today. We've been doing this for a long time. Hours of me yapping about things like this. This is important. Jane Street has apparently been trying to manipulate Bitcoin every morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. So their secret trading technique, according to bull theory, is to accumulate shares, dump them in seconds to crash the price and profit from the shorts. They ran the same 10 a.m. manipulation algo in Indian markets and made $4.23 billion, which led to a temporary ban by the SEC or their SEC over in India. Their playbook is simple. Have billions of dollars from investors, buy spot Bitcoin, open massive shorts, sell large amounts of Bitcoin in minutes with the algos combined with low liquidity and negative news to trigger panic selling. That's why I tell you, the negative news, the headlines is to shake you out. It's theater. It's not real. Now, let's say the price was at 68K and crashes from 62. They're going to close their shorts, which means they bet on the price going down and they win their bet because they manipulated it. They take their profits from doing that. And then they buy Bitcoin again at that low, squeeze everyone out that was still shorting Bitcoin, again, betting on lower prices, and then it pumps, and then they'll open the shorts again. So they buy, sell off, buy it cheap, and keep it's just rinse and repeat. It is literally a cycle. And so in India, Jane Street has $560 million frozen in an escrow account with the SEBI, and the manipulation case is ongoing. It's obvious. It's disgustingly obvious what they're doing here. Disgusting. And so yesterday, Bold Theory even continued their post saying since they were sued, the 10 a.m. manipulation has stopped. Jane Street gets sued. Bam, bam. Although I would say Bitcoin price is still doing whatever it's going to do anyway. Nothing can stop Bitcoin price, but that is disgusting. I don't know how much I believe it. I don't know how much I believe that they could really manipulate Bitcoin's price because I don't think they have the amount of money that people are saying they do to be able to manipulate Bitcoin price. I find that very hard to believe. But what I do believe is that they do have an impact on India's markets and whatever they're trying to do. Because even if they're on one single exchange, they could do damage to Bitcoin price on that specific exchange. So I don't know. I don't know. Whatever they're doing and whatever they're trying to do, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. It's just insane. I'm sorry, y'all. Where was our friend that sent me a super chat? Did he ever answer me? Oh my gosh, K Diggs is here. He said I'm a gangster. We're going off. We're going off. Where's our bestie that asked me a question? Did he ever come back to me? Hold on. How to stay positive with your decision to invest. Listen, yeah, I'll give you the honest truth, my friend. That asked, how do I stay? His initial super chat was like, oh my gosh, my family is coming at me. They're attacking me. And I don't know how to stay positive and keep investing in crypto. Show them the chart if you even want to go that far. Because there has to be, it depends on how your family is. If your family is like, just absolutely closed ears like mine was, that's just gonna call you names. Oh my gosh, you're anti this, I don't know. I was called so many things that were so wrong. But if they're against you buying Bitcoin and you don't believe them, don't talk about it anymore. Because if you keep trying to convince and say, but please listen to me, I've done it. I've tried. And I just told my family, I'm just trying to help you because your money's not safe in the safe in your basement. Your dollars in your safe in your basement are dying, right? And if you tell them, hey, factually, the banks are failing, fiat currency is dying, and I want something that I can own, nobody can touch, and that cannot be inflated to infinity. That's why I buy Bitcoin. And that is why I practice self-custody. Say, I just want to trust myself and nobody else. And leave it there. If they do not want to listen to you, if they want to keep giving you smack, sit back. Sit back, and they will come back to you in a few years and say, oh wow, we made a mistake. Because you know what? I got called every name in the book. And then a few months ago, an uncle calls me that I haven't spoken to in years and goes, yeah, Randy, you know what? I probably should have listened to you over 5 years ago. Can you actually tell me what Bitcoin is now? Everyone gave me smack, but only one family member, because I didn't really like have a closer relationship with him because he didn't live nearby. Nothing against him, but now he's asking me. Meanwhile, the last time I saw him and a bunch of my other family members sitting at the table, ha 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 ha. And then I went over to the table. I was like, hey guys, what's up? They're like, yeah, you know, you're still doing that Bitcoin. I will never forget. They all sat and laughed at me. But I laughed right back and I said, you just don't get it. And so don't lose your relationship with your family if you could avoid that. But you should also have people that back you no matter what you want to do. Like I had family tell me in that same evening I'm talking about with everyone laughing at me at the table. I had a conversation with a family member and she was like, this one was funny. So she was like, hey, like, what do you think you're going to do with this like missteencrypto stuff? And I was like, I really just want to change the world. I really want to like spread Bitcoin and crypto adoption. I want to just do a lot of education and, you know, just really like do big things. And she was like, you know, that's like saying, you know, talking about one of my cousins, like, oh, that's like saying he's going to be a professional baseball player. Like, you know, the odds of that are very slim. Like that it's just not realistic. So be realistic. And I was like, I am being realistic, because who else is going to do it, you know? And that's why I'm always going to be in this space. That's why I'm always going to double down. Every single year I would go, or even every freaking month I would go see my family at one point. And it was like, oh, what are you going to do? Still this crypto stuff? Ah, you're not going to college? Eventually you just got to step aside and stop. Because you know what? They need to support you. They need to support you. And your money is your money. And although I know it's in your heart that you just want to help them, you can't help someone that doesn't want to be helped. And that goes for more than investing. It goes for life. It goes for anything. Help, like mental help, physical help. Someone breaks their arm and doesn't want to go to PT. Someone breaks their leg and doesn't want to go to physical therapy. You can't help them. They're just going to stay with the wiggly little leg that's broken. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to lead people in the right direction. And if they don't want to go there, it's not your responsibility. And that's something I had to learn so hard in the past 2 years, 3 years, is just stop trying to carry everybody when it's not my job. And so my job is to do what I'm doing right now, which is to be with you guys, to keep us all going together, because we're all on this train together. Just find people that are a part of your journey. We are all on the same journey here, because we see outside the box. We understand where the future is going, which is a decentralized digital revolution that we are able to control what we're doing. If we have purchasing power, then we have the ability to go and change the world. And that's what they don't want us to have. And so not everyone sees it right away. Some people don't get, you know, they don't see the downturn until it's in their face and they're forced to see it. Like in New York, a lot of people did not see how New York was coming down like a whole thing of bricks. But I saw it first and I told them to leave. Oh, now they're paying the consequences because their street is full of snow from 5,000 years ago. So, you know, it is what it is. You just got to do what you got to do. And I think you're in a great place to be with people that are aligned. So that's all good. Don't worry about it. Family's really hard, guys. Family is really hard, but it's going to be all right. Real quick, we're going to go into the coins to watch, because I'm already like way past what I should be doing right now. We're almost at the hour. So, bam. Pippin is up 21%, Stable up 11.8, Decred up 9, Just up 6, ICP up 6.5. Losers, Cosmos down 11.6, Kite down 8.2, Chili's down 7.4, Pepe down 6%, Av down 6.5%. ETH seems like we had some nice support found here over at 1840. Now hopefully holding over 2,000. We're down 1.3%. Looking at green dot printed, pulling up that momentum. VWAP is flying. Money flow a little stagnant. And the RSI, really nice rebound. But when it pumps like that, I expect a slight pullback at least. Which it seems like we're probably doing right now. But Litecoin is the right coin. Everybody loves Litecoins. I love Litecoin so much. Litecoin is $55.70, down 1.9%. Bullish scenarios at 64, bearish at 43. Keep calm, hodl on. Oh, Lord of Cages, I don't know why your thingy didn't come through on my screen. I have to reset my alert box. It says you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And you know what? Reality. It's a reality check. And I think a lot of people are struggling. They're sad. They don't know where to look, what to do. I'm here to tell you it's all going to be all right. Keep calm, hodl on. Thank you for being here. I'm telling you guys, we're going to make it. I literally am promising you we're going to make it. Is it going to be overnight? No. But Rome wasn't built overnight. It wasn't one day. Calm down. Roll together. Hugs, huggies. Hold on. Huggies all around, guys. Little virtual huggies. It's all gonna be all right, I'm telling you. I know people think I'm like so obnoxiously happy all the time, but that's the only way to be in this life, because you know what? Everyone tries to take us down, but we will not stop. We're gonna keep flying like a little birdie out the cage. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate every single one of you. If you have not yet, please smash the like, subscribe, share this out with friends. Support the channel. Become a member, get your cool emojis. Tomorrow is Friday, which means we're having a members only after show in our Discord. Join that if you have not yet. The Discord is free. Check out our 3 amazing sponsors: self-custody your crypto with Cake Wallet, trade with Market Cipher, and buy your crypto with Uphold so we could go up to the moon together. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Smash the like, subscribe, share. Have a beautiful Thursday. I will post a video in a little bit. And as always, stay zesty. Mwah. Bye.